she got nerfed pretty hard in the jungle, and her clear is painfully slow now. So keeping pace in the jungle is quite
And BNK able to dish back more than what they were given. Pretty impressive stuff here. Good sidestep as there's the pulverize onto both. Teddy now looking a bit worse for wear. It's a flash forward and Diablo picks up the kill in the duo. Killer instinct as he looks for Namgung at the same time. Now the minion wave. Oh dear, I think this is a dead Braum, and it is. Kellen walks it off, and it is 2 kills to start
It's so important that your carries are strong.
Yeah.
So now when you're already seeing Teddy down 900 gold.
Oh, Culling to come on through here as Kellen is going to be the one to tank it up. Pulverize onto Namgung as the flash forward to try and lock this one down. Kellen, no unbreakable will, so he is very dead as Teddy continues to fight towards Diablo. There's a concussive, blows the barrier. Is it going to be enough? The answer's no. Piercing light, and Teddy finds... And you've got Casting also doing the same thing, going to meet that minion wave as it passes the inner turret. Okay, top lane is just not really doing too much. It's a teleport towards this bottom side of the map. Okay, it's Clear making his way in, but already Kellen is just dead. Double knockup does come through, but the door is in position. And I don't know about that one, BNK. I'm going to put that in the whoopsie column.
Yeah, I mean, Kellen goes in, but with no ult, he just gets demolished. Great flash there from Roma.
Yeah, no shockwave to connect. And BNK... I mean, maybe they found out that Umpty is here in the house. Rotated down from that top side as well. An Unstoppable Onslaught can get him there at a moment's notice. So Gideon going to be able to take this dragon without too much contest.
And honestly, Gideon's done a good job of keeping...
for the bros, and that is their 2-threat composition. That was the fact that, okay, we've got a shockwave here in the mid lane. The flash forward from Clear, and Roma, he's dead.
Not much you can do there, I'm going to be honest. No flash, you're kind of stuck. Gideon gets a stun, but can't really do more.
Yep, Heroic Charge is going to be able to work there, but now Clear looking for Gideon. Does get the knock-up. Cyclone comes down. Glacial Fissure is there, though. That is a decoy. And so that is not going to be the prize that the bros are looking for.
They did take out that decoy, though. That was good.
That decoy was well...
a bit hesitant, kind of knew it was maybe coming, but once you've walked up, you are kind of doomed. Now should be able to get this Herald.
Yeah.
Yep. Can you get the eye, though?
Looking for a fight here as Gideon down relatively low. Vikla looking for Roma. Scatter the Weak does come on through. Force of Will throws a blue buff at him. That was pretty cute. But it looks like the eye is just going to go to the wayside. Casting, I think, was considering moving over to try and take it. But BNK, I think, have successfully denied Shelly's presence on the map here in this game number 3. It's a little bit sad. I imagine she probably wanted to participate today, but it's just not happening. Not 3 games in a row. As BNK still defending here towards this bottom side, but they are starting to fight with a little bit more gusto. And the game is very, very even. Another shockwave to come through as Vikla is just going to find a solo kill. And Gideon going to help finish that one off. And I don't know whether that's exactly going to give you enough back, as now the culling to be thrown towards Kellen and Diablo, but the Unbreakable Will soaks up a lot of that damage. Still the bros fighting this one off quite nicely, as now Teddy looks for the angle and does not quite get it towards Diablo, but they still need to get out of there.
Yeah, I mean, Kellen tacking it up for his 80 carry, but you can see the pressure being applied here by the bro bot lane. They have to back away. I think this might just be the turret. Should be able to pick that one up there.
Yep. And despite what's been happening in the mid lane, things still going pretty well for the bros. So we're going to check this one out one more time. Yeah, it just kind of shockwaves him.
Yeah, so much damage. And in the end, it ends up being more gold. One carry left, and it's so hard to fight your way out with one carry alive.
And Roma only has flash to try and get out of the way.
Yeah.
They do decide to go for an engage. So that summoner spell is going to be so important, as the bros looking for a bit of a fight here, but there is Gideon being thrown around like a ragdoll, tries to heroically charge his way out, but a Void Seeker is going to be able to connect to find him. Still the bros looking for the fight as Namgung going down very, very low, but it's Raptor that dies first. Clear gets into the backline, and so does Diablo as the Killer Instinct comes through. Teddy takes the Acathian Rain with him to the grave, as it's a double kill for Clear. And now Casting has a very large health bar, but he wants to get the heck out of dodge, and he will successfully escape because he is very difficult to kill at this stage of the game. But BNK win themselves the fight pretty handily.
And BNK FEARX, just the ruthlessness and the target selection
here in this game number 3 decider between the bros and BNK. I think much closer than a lot of people I think would have expected.
I think this is a problem, right? Your carries are mid-range, right, with Lucian and Syndra, and they have to do so much. And I think Kai'Sa as well just has so much more sustained damage. So I think they really need to target the Kai'Sa, blow her up as quickly as possible, and then
and Raptor in the same sentence sounds a bit weird. As Q gonna get charged up, so Raptor does get knocked up. Gideon looking for a bit of an angle. Unstoppable Onslaught does come in as they get rid of the cow. And now Namgong looking a little worse for wear, but Diablo out of this fight almost completely. Raptor, great defensive cyclone as Kellen goes in. Namgong, I don't know about that flash, but it was aggressive. I like the idea, just didn't quite work out as Diablo gets into the backline, supercharges to get himself out, but I don't know whether that's what he wanted to do. The unleashed power comes through from the Syndra, and Kellen is hunting down Teddy. The flash in from Clear to finish off the 80 carry, and now Roma is running for the hills. It is a 2-for-1 so far, but Gideon likely to die as well. Oh, never mind. Not quite able to get that last hit, but Casting not going to be so lucky as Scat of the Week comes in, and down will go the cow as Roma is on the board. Speaking of roaming though, Raptor is looking for a bit of an angle as there is Gideon and Casting with basically no health at all. It looks like they will be allowed to make it to safety.
Such a scrappy
Away
fight.
from level 17, as you can see. Not a whole lot in that experience bar, and Clear is most of the way towards level 18 right now, or half the way, I should say. As all right, Infernal Drake goes over to BNK. Now they're looking for a potential fight here. Let's see what they can actually find. Good knock up onto Diablo there from Casting, who's just putting himself in front of the bros like a brick wall standing stalwart. The Commodore himself, Scat of the Week is fantastic. Unstoppable Onslaught comes down as well as they get rid of the Rek'Sai from the fight. Kellen is just trying to distract as best he can, but he goes down. And there's the shockwave, but it's more defensive than anything else, and the pros stand their ground.
That stun from
Roll, and that is not no money. That is a 3,300 gold advantage before the tower even goes down.
And Casting doesn't have TP, so you have to send Roma.
Just a little bit. They are clearing out vision around this Baron, but in the meantime, Raptor is just going to take this dragon. And there is a Syndra now trying to deal with this Rek'Sai, but it means that BNK can walk up. They get full information, teleport to bring Roma in to make this a 5 versus 5, as teleports are coming in everywhere as well. Shockwave only hits onto Casting, but look at the Baron. It's going to be secured by the bros, and they just walk their way out. BNK just a little slow.
So obviously, Baron for Dragon, we've seen those trades and often, very often favor the Baron. But the thing is, Baron with so much less gold than it used to be. Nothing happens on the back of this Baron. I feel like BNK FEARX are okay that you took it. But if you get structures from it, then, okay, they've gotten one tower. That's a good reward. You can see the Baron power play starting to build up in Bro's favor.
1,800 now. Should be getting higher. You can see Clear with 4 items now completed. FEARX gauge done, level 19. So close to level 20 for this Rek'Sai.
Isn't like a crazy amount. They didn't get that much in terms of structures.
And BNK, before the Baron went down, actually increased their gold by a lot. Oh god, okay. Roma is likely to just be dead. He's just dead.
That's not good.
No, I'm going to put that in the cons column as well. Not quite working out because you mentioned 2-threat comp. Now it's 1 threat. It's just Teddy. And the Baron that they were going to try and use to push down and get structures well, it's Diablo is getting plates as Teddy looks to try and cull him. Had a minion wave there, which I believe just saved Diablo's life, as now the fight is on for real. Remember, the Roma is not there. Casting moving in, Clear down very, very low, but remember, this Rek'Sai is so powerful. Still, it is going to be the kill onto the Wukong. Taking the tunnel out is Clear, but there are the knockups from Kellen as the shockwave, gigantic from Vikla. Remember whose year it is, ladies and gentlemen. It might be Teddy's, as he does actually manage to get some work done. But Casting, he's the last man standing on this Scion, and he's not going to be able to stop Vikla this year.
Bro, trying to find the fight 4v5, and honestly, it looks...
Quest,
so you have the space for it. It could be the clutch item here. Oh, Casting might have caught them.
Yeah, see whether he does find the angle, as Teddy, culling, not really doing anything much of anything at all to Vikla. As, oh dear, the Rek'Sai on the flank angle, looking for Teddy, has to settle for a knockup on a Casting as the 2-man shockwave does come on forward. Ulti out from Namgong doesn't do too much of anything at all. But the pros, they stand tall. Health bars looking a little worse for wear, but they are all still alive. Only 1 ultimate still remaining as Clear looks for a little bit of an angle here onto Gideon. And meanwhile in the 4v4, the flash forward, the Cyclone's massive, and the killer instinct from Diablo as he gets into the backline, wipes out the bottom lane immediately. And there is Clear finding Gideon. Void Rush to take down the jungler. And now Raptor and Clear are looking for the angle onto Roma, who is now the only one still alive. And that was the opposite of what happened in the last fight, but that may spell the end of the game as BNK. I mean, it took them a while this time around, but it looks like they are going to be able to take down the pros here in this series.
And Raptor coming in clutch, found that pick on Aroma previously, and they're finding that snapping gauge right at the end. They almost played a dangerous game. That ult is still available.
Yeah.
I'd be a little careful if I were you.
He broke his arm guard, so he does need to be very, very careful. There's Scat of the Week and a flash, but I don't know whether Roma's going to be able to do anything. There go the Nexus turrets. Headbutt pulverized from Kellen as they celebrate with a final kill. Diablo locks that one down, and BNK FEARX going to go 2-0 on the week, but